Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today's video is something that is part of the trainee series that I am doing on my channel, and I am doing this video just so that, you know, if you guys are curious about how it works. But before anything else, let me introduce myself. So hi, I'm Krisan and this is my YouTube channel. I do a lot of these K-pop, K-culture videos, trainee videos, reaction videos, beauty videos, and so much more. You can check it out on my channel by subscribing down below or checking out some of my videos up there. So this video is all about training to be in an idol girl group. I'm sure a lot of people are very curious about how it works. So just a disclaimer guys, this is all according to my experience, and I've also, you know, did my research and got input from other people who have trained into girl groups from the internet, from YouTube, but a lot of it, a bulk of it, is from my personal experience with my company. Yeah, so I was a trainee at Showbiz Entertainment for around a year and a half. I left the company, but I am now back with the company as a content creator, so you can check out a lot of my stuff. I do create so much content. If you guys want to know more about, you know, auditioning or about the trainee life or schedules, you can check out the other videos that are up here or that are part of this playlist, just so that you guys know more. I wanted to create this video because a lot of people are very curious about how it works to train in a girl group, much less how it was to be a trainee overall. So I thought this was very interesting because not everyone has the opportunity to do this. Before a trainee, like, I was very intrigued with how it works. So I'm sure a lot of people are very curious as well. First question is, when does the Korean entertainment prepare for a group, girl group or boy group or whatever? Usually companies will have a set plan when they start. So they start by training one group, and once they debut it, they kind of see how it goes from there, and then that's when they release another group after. So it's like they're kind of learning from that. So some companies are like that, especially much smaller companies. Bigger companies will have a blueprint, so they already have groups that they've debuted. Also, usually they have a set time. So if you notice, some companies release a girl group after 3 years, another group after a year and a half. It depends on how the company works. With our experience, they just told us one day, like, we want to create a girl group and a boy group. Technically, that is what happened. Usually companies will have a plan ahead of time on what they want to do. That's when they sift out the trainees that they want to be included in the project group. How was it for us? Our company mentioned it, brought up the plan one day. We want to have a girl group and a boy group, and you guys will be preparing for that, because we were a pool of trainees already, and they wanted to prepare us, or to see what kind of group we will come up with, or they can come up with the trainees who are already there. At the time, there is no set number of members, nor is there a name or a concept. So it really is like ground zero. Like, they just want to see all the trainees who are the best, who will fit well together and all that. As soon as they announced that they were planning on having a girl group and a boy group, that's when they started to prepare for evaluations. Apart from what we were doing, which was, we were also a musical group together called Nara. We did performances as a group, but now that we're preparing for idol groups, our trainings were also more focused on that. Okay, so the question is, how did we start preparing? This is from what I remember most about it, okay? What they did was they presented different tracks to us. So for the girls, they presented different tracks to us. For the boys, they presented different tracks. In our case, the girls, we listened to all the tracks, and we discussed which track we liked the best. So we chose one, and that's what we told the trainer or the company, that, hey, this is the song that we want to focus on. This is how it works sometimes. With our company, they really wanted us to work on the song. After choosing the song, we had to create lyrics based off the original Korean lyric. That was something I did. The other girls helped out. I did the lyrics along with SB19 Sejun and another trainee, his name's Rafa. And of course, we got input with a lot of the trainees. We let them listen to the music, we let them listen to the lyrics after. If there's a weird word or something, they will all help each other in the end. After we're happy with the lyrics that we created, we'll send it to the Korean trainer, and she is the one who will determine to see if it fits well, and then they'll forward it to Korea, and then they're going to see approve it or reject it. So since we did have to do a lot of the things ourselves because they really wanted us to work on it, one of the members, her name is Jilu. You can check out her cover group. They're in a cover group called Yara, so I'll link it down below. Yara is consisted of the girls I trained with, so they're also all there. Like, she's a really good dancer, so she was in charge of the choreography, and she did our choreography for the girl group song. After the dance was completed, you know, all the trainees would check the dance, and then we would present it to the company, and then they'll check it for review. Through time, we'll have like a demo song ready. We would be able to sing it live because that's what we had to do. We had to sing it live, and we would practice the choreography. But through every evaluation, they will change the lyrics or they'll change part of the dance because that's how they get to the final result. So there's always a process through it, and that's how it was. So we had to go through different evaluations for that. In each evaluation, since we were 4 female trainees, we presented the demo, like the potential single, all the time as 4 trainees. But while we were working on it as a group, there were also new trainees that were being processed, screened, and trained as potential new members of the group, because even if you're a trainee there already for a long time, they still want to have the right members, the key members who will form the group as a whole. So that's why they had new trainees, new girls coming in just to see and to make sure that they have the right mix of people. So the final evaluation is where they pretty much have a solid concept in their minds, or like a solid idea of how they want it to go. So in the final evaluation, that's when we present it one last time. From there, that's when they decide if they're going to push with the group, or they pick the members, or you know, they tell you the plans and everything. I remember we were all wearing black, and you know, we had makeup and everything. We had to present this final evaluation singing live and dancing at the same time, and we did this in the studio in front of a camera with a staff member as well as the trainers and the CEOs. So they were watching us and they wanted to see how we were gonna do it live. The other trainees were sent outside, so it was only us, the girls, who had to present this piece in front of the trainers alone. After we presented, we would be in a line, and what they would do is they would discuss. So they would discuss right in front of us. If I remember correctly, they would discuss right in front of us, and I think they're just trying to see how the group looks as a whole, because if you see idol groups, they look really good all together. So even if they have different faces, different body types, different charms, they look good as a group. That's what they would be looking for, or that's what they're looking at. They also did this with the boys, so they would check the boys. What they would do, the members are all lined up, and then they'll take out 2 boys and be like, put these 2 boys in here, and then they'll look at it again, and then they'll say, okay, go out again and go back, put these boys here together. A lot of companies do this as a project to see which members will fit, which members won't fit. It's part of the process, guys. Wonder Girls did this, Sonny Shide did this, Astro, Vix. So many groups do this. So after the group evaluation, they will call each member inside like a conference room. I won't say the full details of what happens there, but technically what happens is there's a camera again, and the trainer and the CEOs, and they're there, and they will talk to you about what happened in the evaluation. Told me that I didn't make the cut for the girl group. They wanted a different path for me. Even if you do train for a long time for part of a group, sometimes your potential is better for this path, you're better for this, and they just want it to match you better. And during the time, they told me that they wanted me to focus on acting and hosting. When I exited, they called the other group, the other members one by one, and they say their verdict. So after evaluations, it doesn't end there. If the group isn't complete, then the company will search for more members, which is why we had other new trainees there, like probationary trainees there, and then if they see members that they like, they'll include them in the group because they fit the concept. If the group is complete, they are going to announce it, which is what they did with the boy group at the time. They announced the final lineup of members to everyone and said, okay, this is the final members for the boy group. Even if they do announce the final lineup, it's still changed. Over time, it's still changed. So it's a different number also, different members. So as you know, it's not a final thing. Even when it's announced, it can still change. There's also the process of thinking of names. So we did have to think of a lot of names. We submitted a lot of names. The company will see what names would work out, what names would work out well, and they also would have their own list. So fun fact, the trainees I trained with are now SB19. As you know, they are one of the biggest acts in the Philippines now, so I'm so proud of them. And the girl group is Yara. They're on their own path right now, but you can definitely check out all of their stuff. Social media handles down below. So please support them. People are wondering, did the girl group debut? No, the girl group didn't push through. So as I said, plans will always change. The girls left the company. How did I feel after going through all of this? Well, for sure, it was an experience. I'm really glad that I experienced something like this. Where can you experience, training for a girl group and all that? But at the same time, during the time, I was in a different mindset. I was in a different place emotionally and everything. So of course I felt bad because I trained so hard to be part of that girl group. I trained with all of them. There was a lot of tears. There was a lot of things. Again, they were looking for a certain concept, so you can't force that. Also, maybe there's another thing destined for me, and hi, look at me now, I'm doing content creation, right? Also, initially, this is really what I wanted to do. So the question is, would I go through it again? Yes, of course, I would love to go through it again. If I debuted, then wow, that was my path already, but now I have a different path, so I hope you guys can support me in that, right? I get a lot of questions, especially on my TikTok, especially in my comments, like, how do I audition to be part of the girl group? When you audition to be in a company, you audition to be part of a training pool. They try to grow potential talent and they see, because sometimes even if you enter into a company as an idol trainee, you don't debut as an idol. Sometimes the company has different plans for you. They see your potential as an actor or a model or a host or something, then they will want you to take that route. You're persistent, lucky, or determined enough, or they see your talent that you are fit to be an idol or fit to be part of a girl group or a boy group, then you will have every shot to do it, because in the training pool, everyone is fighting for that spot. Just to be clear, guys, it's a long journey. It's not easy to train, to be a trainee, and it wasn't really that easy to be part of like a project group for debut. I hope you guys learned something new. Like, if you guys have any other questions, comment it down below. I'll try to answer it in a separate video, or I'll answer it in the comments. And I'd love to know what your thoughts are on this process, because this process isn't something that you see every day. It isn't a normal thing. So I'd love to know what you guys thought about it. Please comment in the comment section down below. Please stay tuned for more of these stuff. I definitely have more videos coming out. Please don't forget to give this a thumbs up, a subscribe, and click the bell notification for updates. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!